King's Cove, it's also a large map, so I didn't really talk about the map before too much. Like Thunderbird, it tends to be like one of more like a greedy playing map. There's only one entrance into all 3 bases. King's Cove is similar in a way, except there's 2 ways into all 3 bases. So run-bys can be a bit more extreme. Hellions and Banshees a bit tougher to hold. You don't just get to defend in one spot entirely. So both players can't play quite as greedy. I guess like Serral might have seen the series between Innovation and Lambo, got to see that he went for a super early 3rd CC. So I love the fact that he did something very different. Like, he truly played the map rather than just playing the player.
Speed getting very close to finishing up here for Serral. He's droning up like crazy. His 3rd base nearly established. Innovation, on the other hand, Ben, are you seeing anything that interests you from his build, or is it just very standard, normal, a day at work for Innovation so far?
It certainly is. These Lings, by the way, the fact that they came over and just waited at 3rd base, waited for Speed to finish, that was the real key there. These Mules are no longer mining, and that's a really big deal. He gets 1 kill, the Hellions are left or have to return back home. This is a lot of good stuff from Serral. But yeah, to talk about Innovation, he's going for Liberators. This is really good on King's Cove, because if you look at the natural and 3rd base of the Zerg player, both the mineral lines are exposed against the edge of the map, meaning that Liberators can sit pretty freely without truly exposing themselves too greatly, and they're quite difficult to clean up. So Innovation is absolutely playing as standard is. Going Liberators and stuff, even the position of it, it's not in the mineral line, it's on the edge to deal with the Liberator. Queens are coming into position here, spores being made. Like, this is just nice preemptive defense by Serral. Granted, he did see it, but he's doing all the right moves as well. He might be able to just trap this guy in, actually.
Does look like this Liberator has taken a lot of damage, down to just 63 hit points. Now we do, oh my lord, the Baneling sitting on the high ground. Now there are still a lot of Hellions left, but with the Queen Force coming down, Serral holds this pressure with ease.
Does he even lose a drone? No, what a pull by Serral. It is so difficult to out-multitask this man, because he is quicker than you, he's faster than you, but as Innovation found a way in, not 1 drone has fallen yet, but then 5 in 1 big blast of the Hellion, so that is nice. But he needs a lot more from all of this.
Very, very healthy start here from Serral. He did lose those 5 drones, but he is well above the 60 mark already. And he's making a lot of units right now, actually.
Innovation, though, he's doing what he does best. He's up to 5 barracks now, I do believe. He's getting the 2nd factory. The armory's timed out beautifully with the 1-1 finishing. So once Innovation gets into his groove, because he didn't take the early damage that he took the previous game. He had a little loss mining 2 from the 4 Lings, I suppose, with like the Mules and the SCVs having to run away. But right now he's getting into his zone, which is, it's a scary moment, because look at the work count. 68 drones against 70 SCVs. Like, Innovation climbs faster than almost any Terran in that regard.
Serral has thrown down a Spire. He is getting his hive. If Serral can survive without taking too much damage, he could really be in a great position here. But Innovation is primed, and in he goes. The Widow Mine's going to undrop from that medevac, and so many drones go down. 11 immediately, and a few more to join. 14 go down. Is that a good trade for Innovation there, Ben?
I mean, even if he got 6, that would have been pretty okay for Innovation. 14 is monumental. Now he's actually ahead in workers. He's got his 4th base up and running. Upgrade-wise, too. Look how far ahead his 2-2 is of Serral's. This is actually a dicey spot, and this is the best situation that Innovation's found himself in this series so far.
Serral. Oh!
What a connection with that fungal. Innovation absolutely was not expecting Infestors to be out in the field, and that was quite a surprise for me too, even though I see everything. These Lings as well, trying to get damage done, but a tank on the high ground does help deflect them. But man, that fungal, how many Infestors on the field? Is that just 1 or 2? 2? Okay, so this is kind of like a special thing for Serral too. After he saw in the first game, he's playing against this like really hardcore, rambunctious bio style. He's like, if I can hold it off, if I can get a dream connection, because I see that he's trying to fight me in 2 spots at a time, Infestors can really mess that up. Great Aspire is on the way. This is when Innovation needs to kind of slow down Serral, otherwise he's going to be against a supreme Zerg army. Crap, 9 Broodlords at once? Like, the fact that he could afford that just shows how well he was defending.
And it's not like Serral even drained his bank. He's still well above 1,000 minerals, still 700 gas banked. This is a very, very healthy economy for our Zerg player. He's trading so cost efficiently.
I'm always so impressed when Terrans are just like sniping Banelings in the midst of everything. Like, that was really nice. Every little mineral, every piece of gas counts at this point. And I'm a little surprised that he's getting so many Vikings with this. Because usually you get the Ghost to counter the Broodlords, right? And the Ghost to counter anything in the air. And you get the Liberators to keep the Ghost safe. He's going about this in a very unusual way that... in fact, what is his Liberator and Viking count at right now? So the Liberator count only at 2. Like, this is a very strange way of doing it, but I'm very interested to see how he holds.
And Mapu, can we have a quick look at resources lost tab before we get into this? So, despite all of this, Serral has lost a little bit more, but it still feels very even right now, Ben. Would you agree with that?
It certainly is. Like, I definitely like this late game situation for Zerg, although a few other Zergs have said, like, no, man, it's terrible for or rather terrible for Zerg to get late game. And I'm like, hell no. But now we get the Infestors coming out, this Doom drop. This could deal damage, but I feel Serral's just waiting outside the scan, and that's exactly what he was doing. He's got enough to clean this up easily, but now it's just about trading out, getting rid of a lot of those Banelings, getting rid of the bio, because you don't really want it. And you see immediately it's just Vikings, it's Ghosts, it's Nukes, it's more command centers, even getting ground weapons, actually. I think that's so, like, the tanks will always continue to one-shot the Lings, one-shot the Banelings especially.
And 7 Infestors have just been added by our Finnish Phenom. This is looking to gear up to be a very long, very fun game.
I'm always so impressed by the fact that Innovation has done such a good job of denying creep, but Serral's just done a really good job of reapplying it. Like, it really takes it out of you. Like, every time I lose creep when I'm playing Zerg, I'm like, oh my gosh, my babies, like, they're gone forever. But these guys, they're just like, hell no. Like, I'm going to go full on this and, like, just re-put them everywhere. There's spores everywhere. Spines going down. Vipers being added to the mix. Also, double Spire. Like, this truly, they've both got such sick economies that they can do anything they want.
Michael, I know.
Is this going to happen?
It's not going to happen.
Is this going? Are you sure? I see the nuke in the shadow going somewhere.
We do have another nuke over in the southwest location. This one actually will happen. Serral pulls away.
That was like the sacrificial dance, you know, like, we're dancing in the nuke, boys, but no. And then, we'll actually lose 2 ghosts as a reply to this. So at this stage, if the nukes do land, he'll definitely trade efficiently. I never noticed that shadow across with the nuke before, but that's super cool. And both of them, like, while all this is going off, still, the creep, it's a battle of creep spread. He's trying to hold back the creep spread. He's doing it with nukes. That's how badly he wants to do it. But around the map as well with the little Midovac squads, remaking more Ghost Academies, more orbital commands as well. What is the what's the resource lost tab now? Because
so close, man. Both these players just trading blows.
I love that we're getting to see, like, a late game situation though, because whenever I play against Serral in the late game, I'm always like, oh gosh, like, make it over right now. I try and beat him with Ghosts, so I'm really looking forward to see how Innovation will do it, because so far these Ghosts have been absolutely ineffective.
I think what's terrifying right now is Serral's bank. 6k, 7k. He can remax with ease, and his army is already so high-tech, so efficient. This is going to be very difficult. Innovation will have to kill 2 armies to win this game.
What's super scary, actually, is every time they have a little fight... Oh my god, he nuked himself, kind of. But, I mean, this happens. Like, he has to use a nuke just to make sure that the Zerg army doesn't kill him every time. Like, the fact that he's doing those kind of trades that cost money every time, and then he takes a fungal and a parasitic bomb, then he has to repair, it's like, well, where is he actually going to get ahead this game? Because this war of attrition so far is definitely going in Serral's favor, and we see that. We actually see that. He's got a 5k advantage right now, and it wasn't that way a few minutes ago.
Both players have gone down to just about the 70 worker mark now, finding that to be the right number. Do you agree with that? About 70 SCVs right for Innovation?
I mean, like, once you get enough orbitals, you can kind of just, like, use the orbitals to just mine all the minerals for you. But the thing is, I don't think he's really been able to expand as much as he wanted. Like, if he got this base waste, by the way, that is a lot of mules. I would be surprised if his economy just spikes through the darn roof here. And you see it is climbing, it is climbing. More CCs being added, so the CCs aren't going to stop there, and the CCs are also very important for just having scans and knowing where your opponent is and just making sure that there aren't burrowed infestors. But this is a lot of Zerg moving in here.
It seems like Serral was very keen on Innovation not having this base. That did not go too well for the Finnish player right there. He got a couple of nice yoinks there with the Vipers, but nothing too good. Now Serral is still geared up in the middle of the map. He is now going to start pushing the static defense of Innovation. And it just feels like Serral needs one crack in the armor of Innovation, and he will find that weak spot.
Great anti-Baneling splits by Innovation. He's pushed the creep back really far. Maybe he can start thinking about trying to take the bottom left base in this game. I mean, that'd be a wild one to do. Still nuking in the middle too is Innovation, and this is great micro by both of them over here.
Both these players trading blows. Serral's so good, always on top of his multitasking. These Marauders going to go back towards the safety. of that planetary fortress.
A lot of us have been there too, when like you see a building's going to die like a spore crawler to a nuke, and you're like, I'll just leave it, you know. Serral is never about that life. He's always like, okay, oh, the fungals on the high ground, they do expose some ghosts here, so they take the losses, the nuke doesn't go off. The Infestors, the Vipers, and the Corruptors keep these Broodlords safe, and as long as he doesn't get pounced on and he stays in the vicinity of those spore crawlers, he's going to be in good shape. Now, what does he go for next? What is the objective here? Because he does have a CC in 2 locations, but can't land either one. He has to make sure that he doesn't take too much damage in the middle either. But Serral is just eking out such an economic lead here.
And Innovation just hasn't built that bank. I know it's still a decent bank, but Serral has broken 10k, 8k. This fight looking a little bit scary here for Serral. He doesn't want to overextend. He hits a huge fungal on the Vikings, but they will get to safety. The nuclear missile does not connect. Looks like Innovation's finally going to try and secure this base instead of just using the CC as a hat for the hatchery.
I think that's a nice move, actually. Like, every little thing that's going on, it's not the only thing that's going on. Like, both these players are very good at multitasking. Again, just dancing with these spores. This is one of those situations where it's like, I would have given up on that a long time ago, but they are so damn important. They stop the Vikings from just flying over and rinsing those Broodlords, and Serral knows it. All these pulls as well, this is always a dead unit. Again, these Vikings, he can't club them all the time. He can only go for like pick damage, but he's actually getting some good damage.
These Vikings have been fungled on top of the nuke. The nuke will finish on all of the Vikings! And Innovation nukes himself.
It was a joint combo though. It's like Serral sees it and he's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to tag team you with this one. Like, puts down the fungal. The Vikings can't get away fast enough. And is this Serral's moment they can actually advance now? Like, what can actually deal with the Broodlords at this point?
I don't think there's anything left, Ben. I think we may even see an explosion of infested Terran soon. It does look like he's going to stick with the fungals, which are massive, by the way. Innovation with this counterattack. The nuke goes down and does do decent damage, but can Innovation hold?
That's the big question here. Where is this ghost? Is it next to the PF? I'm not entirely sure. I don't think Serral entirely knows either. But this new... Oh my god, is she going to get these SCVs? Okay, just about. Those guys have seen something, though. This seems crazy things. But Innovation does kind of get this bottom left base, but there is an army of Serral ready to take it down immediately. And Innovation, he's got no bank at all after all this. Can we bring up the resources lost tab again? Because this is crazy. 49k against 36k. Serral just continuing to eke out a lead. And this is what I find so difficult. Like, you can play other Zergs, and they'll be like, man, CVT's so hard late game, like Terran always trades really well. But until you do it correctly and do it so properly, I mean, I'm not saying this is easy at all. What Serral's doing is a masterclass CVT, and it's why he's absolutely one of the best Zergs in the world. He's under so much damage everywhere else, though, and losing this base, even though it is mined out, this is a point that kind of connects all the other bases together, so rally points will be kind of messed up. A 20k disparity here in resources lost between these guys as well. That is phenomenal. This army, parasitic bombs go down, the fungals go down, the base goes down as well. The nuke also didn't land. Innovation completely out of gas. Soon the only thing he can make is Marines. And during that little skirmish there, another 2k gap in the resources lost.
Absolutely phenomenal play by Serral. He may have been a little bit cold earlier, but he has warmed up. This Bioforce is going to try and hit. The Baneling's hitting a lot of Marauders. There's not much left here for Serral, actually. But it's not like remaxing is going to be a problem. He should be able to deal with that force in due time.
He's been so patient with the Broodlord army, and I mean, Innovation's doing everything he can to bounce back. This army, though, gets cleaned up by a bunch of Banelings and the Hydras. They finish the job. The Vikings all fungled, the Ghosts all fungled as well. You don't beat this army with what Innovation has, and he can't remax with anything at this point.
Serral is up 60 supply, Ben. He is adding Banelings, he is adding more Broodlords, more Infestors, Vipers. It is looking very scary for Innovation. He just needs to find a way to break Serral. He needs that nuke to hit, probably 2 or 3 times.
This is one of those moments where it's like you need a Reddit highlight, but okay, the Baneling's coming in. This is a dead PF if I've ever seen one. A nice split with the SCVs, trying to keep them alive at all costs, but
it's gonna matter.
No, absolutely not. Down to 130 supply now. He scans the top right as well. He's like, okay, I'm gonna send a medevac over there now. So he's still trying, he's still fighting. tooth and nail to try and keep in this game, but there is so much Serral, and look how he moves. A big EMP lands, but a bigger fungal lands. The whole army is slow, and now the Broodlords join the fight as well. This is gnarly and nasty for a no.
Innovation making his last stand, trying to keep as many units alive as he can, trying desperately to pick Serral apart, to take some win, dropping over at this northeast location as well. But here come the Infestors. I can't see any ghosts to the EMP.
This is, I mean, Serral's just done, this is such a perfect game by Serral. Like, if you told me what was his mistake, I'd be like, what are you on about? Like, he didn't even make one. This is like some of the best Serral I've seen. And
GG! Serral takes the series 2-0 and is the first